The DARPAN Film Festival, an international film festival in Singapore with films from across the regions in India, Bangladesh, and a film from UK, will be at the Cathay Cinemas and the Arts House from the 30th of October 2014 to 2nd November 2014. The opening grand dinner with the celebrities will be on the 30th of October at the Grand Copthorne Ballroom. We look forward to as much participation as possible. Tickets are on sale already.
Okay, thinker. Hello, loud thinkers. Well, today with me I have a thinker. She's always thinking aloud. Her thoughts always set us thinking, whether it's life, friendships, or her venture that she's most passionate about. DARPAN 2014. With me is the woman who's envisioned this reflection, DARPAN, in its hat-trick year, with every year getting bigger and better than the last. Let's hear her think aloud. I'm talking about Miss Sreyashri Sen, founder director of the DARPAN Film Festival. Hello, Sreyashri.
Hi, Himani.
How are you?
Very, very good as always. How about you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much. So, DARPAN.
Yes.
DARPAN is integration through the arts, as you rightly put it. So, tell us how you got started into films. We've known you've been around. You've really been around for a very long time. Give us a little backdrop on your entry into films.
Well, yes, you could say it was quite like a Dhoom Dhamaka entry.
Right.
Well, I grew up in a family that was close to the film industry. I had uncles and cousins who were directors, father's friends who were actors, and my dad was very close to the Calcutta Film Society. So film appreciation, criticism, listening to music, appreciating the arts was something I grew up with. But never very actively participated in the industry, so to say.
Okay.
But watched good films. I moved to Singapore about 12 years back. So I'm doing a little bit of a flashback and now a fast forward.
Yeah.
And I grew up in Kolkata and I moved to Singapore. When I moved here, I was quite active in the arts because that's something which the city I grew up in inculcated.
Right.
Arts really grows very well in Calcutta. And being from there, being Bengali, I participated in a lot of events here. But what really sort of took me a step further was more when I started actively participating in film festival panels, because I was also part of the Media Development Censorship Magazine panel as a volunteer.
Right.
So I was there on the publications consultative panel. That was one. So there was a more I would say active interaction with films.
Okay.
At the same time, around the year 2003-04, my back and forth trips to Calcutta, also various reconnections with family who were in the industry over Facebook, however well, we started talking about the certain emergence, the growing and evolving of Bengali cinema again, the resurgence, I would say, of Bengali cinema.
Right.
And paired with me being on a cultural film festival panel, at the same time being exposed to the new pathways that were being formed in Bengal. What I started thinking is, when we have film festivals here in Singapore, why are we only talking about Bollywood? Why are we only talking about maybe certain only regional films? Why is Bengal being ignored when Bengal itself has set the path for various filmmakers across the world, just not in India? So that's what got me thinking. That's what got conversations going with friends back in Calcutta, that why don't we bring Bengali films here? Conversations with people here in Singapore, and Singaporeans more to say, Media Development Authority too, to say, why don't we bring these films here? And everybody was very excited. That's how I got the courage to sort of take a step into this world. Of course, I can't forget the fact that and that is priority, and that is epitome, that the industry itself believed that they could rely on me to sort of bring these films here. So it has been a hand-holding from every side, belief and support from every side in the dream that I dreamt. And that's where Darpan is today in its third year.
Wow. Spoken like a true tigress. So let's talk to you about Darpan. Tell us about Darpan. Why did you think of a festival like Darpan?
A festival like Darpan, I've also been an integration champion. Working with the grassroots, working with communities, because I'm a social worker by profession. And I feel in the world that we live today, where we have two very contradictory forces. One is because of all these social networks, because of all these internet communications, we are coming closer, yes.
Right.
But at the same time, there is a lot of discrimination. There is a lot of falling apart of communities, misunderstandings, war. And I think there's a need to integrate people, need to bring communities together. And art is something that unites. So that is one, a feeling as a social work professional that I've been harboring, that I've been thinking about. At the same time, as a person who loves the arts, who loves the media, wanted to see how the two can be married. And Darpan seemed one of the ways, because Darpan started as a film festival, but it has grown on to become a brand which looks at how we can bring in different art events, art communities, concepts about the arts, to make sure that people are thinking aloud, like you have, think aloud, thinking aloud, thinking together to bring people together. So Darpan, from its very first, my first ever feeling of it was, we have to have something that reflects people, reflects life as we see it. And cinema reflects life. Life also is seen in cinema. It's a two-way process. Both borrow from another. So Darpan started with, the very idea of Darpan was it has to reflect integration in the arts. Two is, of course, I wanted films. Films are still, however much we talk about various other arts, films are always very popular. At the same time, as I said, there are very contradictory forces working. While there are great films being made, the industry is trying very hard to survive. The reason being, there are illegal downloads, there are torrents, and all these films, which of course nothing can survive if you don't make enough to make it survive. Because of this illegal concepts that are coming in, which is actually bringing the world closer, because people are sharing video files, they're sharing torrents, but what's happening is they're killing the industry. So how is it that we bring people back to the theaters? Bring people back to the theaters by good cinema, by making sure there's accessibility, easy accessibility. When communities move out of a country, they want to be rooted, they want to still be attached to their country of origin. And art and film is one way of being connected and being entertained. You are not getting accessibility to the films, of course you'll download, rather than waiting for the DVD to come maybe. So how is it that, at least let me start from where I grew up, the hometown that is mine. Let me see how I can contribute to at least help that industry survive. Those who seriously believe in good cinema, they want to have the full cinematic experience. And that is one of the reasons also I was very insistent that as a film festival, we will not have it in a hall in a hotel or a ballroom in a hotel and screen these films. We have to do justice to make sure they're available in the crispest qualities on DCPs, in the Dolby sound. So that's where you do justice to the art, where so much of effort has been put in. We would look at theaters that already have that theatrical experience which can be given to the audience. When you're pulling them to do something, you owe it also, you owe it both ways. You owe it to the industry, you owe it to the audience. You have to respect both. You can't say, oh, I'm giving it to you, but I'll serve it to you any way I want to. Two is accessibility of these films to people who may not know about these films. So getting a greater platform for these films for a wider audience, which is not only Bengalis, not only Indians. And that is something I was insistent on from day one, that we have to have Singaporeans, other expats come and see these films. They are all subtitled. There's no problem watching these films and understanding these films then. Darpan had the blessings of the industry, which is very important. I had producers, I had actors, I had directors, I had musicians, technicians. They were all supported that yes, please take our films outside, because it's not just about making money. And that's something which I've learned from the regional industry to a great extent, that they're so intent on quality. Yes, we'll make the big bucks. We will try and make money out of it, because that's what professionalism is about. But at the same time, Shreya, if we can bring it to a greater audience, we are here to hold your hand and lead you through. So that has been a great support, great encouragement, and the belief, I guess, is what pushed DARPAN on to become a festival which started with the dream of bringing 1 or 2 films, and it ended up with 9 films in the first year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Truly, I love your passion, the whole passion that's oozing out for the medium, for films. It's mind-blowing. So DARPAN has been a one-woman show for the last 3 years. What do you have in store this year, considering we are in the 3rd year, and the first year itself, like you said, you already had 9 films.
9 films first year, about 15 films last year. We have another 14 films this year. What has happened from first year to second was, in second year we celebrated 100 years of Indian cinema.
Right.
So we had representation from the regions. So we had Marathi cinema, we had cinema from down south, Karnataka, Kerala. This year we have also included a Bhojpuri cinema, where Ashish Vidyarthi will be coming. We have included another Maharashtrian cinema which borrows closely from 4 great poets. So poetry formed into film, again a very, very interesting integration of 2 arts. We have very big names from the film industry across India that are coming to attend the festival. Konkana Sen, we have Ashish Vidyarthi. From the Bengali industry, we have Shashwata Chatterjee, who you might remember as Bob Biswas in Kahani.
Right.
We have, of course, our brand ambassador, Prashanjit Chatterjee, who's always there like a pillar.
Right.
We have Shostika Mukherjee. We have great directors like Srijit Mukherjee, Aniket Chattopadhyay, Aniruddha Chaudhary. So there'll be interaction with directors too, and people who are interested in filmmaking. There'll be panel discussions. We are awaiting the confirmation of Anupam Kher. We would be having Dev, who's a very, very popular commercial actor. We have Abhi Chatterjee. So the list goes on.
Right.
All the
Fabulous.
information is available on the website. But we also have the Tamil cinema. And I think the beautiful part from last year to this and the connect, 2 steps. One is, if you're talking about Indian or Asian film industry, you can't ignore the diaspora. This year we have a Singapore-made film, Grand Plan, by Sangeeta Nambiar. So we are not ignoring the diaspora. You have to respect them. The second is, if you're talking about Bengal, the division happened as an external force, but Bangladesh and Bengal were one and the same.
Right.
So we have, when we're talking about integration, we are talking about uniting the 2 Bengals too. So last year we had a Bangladeshi film. This year too we have a Bangladeshi film. And we also have a brand ambassador who's a very famous actor from Bangladesh, Firdaus. He's also going to be there with his film.
Wow, true integration, as in this is what actual integration is all about. Lovely. So you also recently, Shreya, ventured into regional cinema. You've got Marathi films, of course Hindi cinema you're also getting. What's the plan with regional cinema? What do you plan to do?
The plan is to see where we can get more regional films to a greater audience here. As well as, when I talk about Bollywood, I have my first ever, or DARPAN's first ever Bombay film was Filmistan, to encourage more independent filmmakers, because these are films which may not be big budget films, they may not have very big names, but they're excellent as far as quality content and delivery is concerned.
Right.
So DARPAN, if you're talking about integration, how is it that we can get these smaller names but good quality films to a greater audience in Singapore and the region? So we do plan to go regional. We've been getting offers of taking DARPAN beyond the shores of Singapore. So that's there in the back burner, but not immediately. We also want to showcase people who are behind the scenes making the films, not just the actors, but the actors and the industry industry to hold hands to bring these people out into the open, to say, they are as much part of the industry as the bigger names that you see. So that's one. Also having various other events where we connect the industry and the events together, not one-off events where it's just, we have it, we forget it. Where does the conversation go beyond this? What is it that we can do to help each other? I wouldn't say we are helping the industry. It's a two-way process. We both need to hold hands to move on together. Right. So DARPAN plans to do all that. Have eminent speaker series where we bring in people from cinema. We have started the first ever retrospective series. So we started one in in August. And we plan to have at least one or two a year where we recognize and pay tribute to the legends in cinema. What we have done is, other than events, other than having our major flagship event, which is DARPAN Film Festival, which has now become a regional Indian film festival, we are also, we've taken baby steps in distribution. What we have also done, and that's quite a feather to our cap, is we are maybe the first who have brought out Bengali cinema to this region to be commercially and theatrically released. And that started last year. We have about 1 to 2 feature films being commercially released. And another step that's happened is, when we were commercially releasing last year, it was about a month after its India release. We have successfully been able to do simultaneous releases. So we have a film running now called Buno Hash, raking in box office numbers in India. We hope to do that here so that we can give back to the industry. But that has been something that we are all very proud of. And when I say we, you might be wondering why I keep saying we when it's a one-woman show, as you said. I have an excellent team. I have a team of volunteers who believe in the cause, and they come together and help me. Otherwise, I could have never done it. So my team is my strength.
Love the way you're bringing smaller films or lesser watched art into a bigger platform or for a bigger audience. Love what you do, Shreya. Any last thoughts before we kind of close the interview to all those who are definitely looking forward to DARPAN, or to even those who unfortunately do not know about it? All yours, Shreya.
This year, what people can look forward to is a little bit of a difference. And DARPAN starts with a gala dinner with the stars. So this is at the Grand Copthorne waterfront. The table sales have started. So anyone who wants to come, get entertained, meet the stars in person, up close and personal, this is the chance. So all the information is available on our Facebook page and website, darpansingapore.com. Table sales have started. So that's one thing to look forward to. Every film would have the opportunity to meet and interact with the stars, photo opportunities with the stars. And the directors, the producers would be present. So if people who are keen on directing films, they could come and meet the producers at the festival. There's a panel discussion. There are parties, which are after parties. There's a closing sunset party at one altitude. So there's loads of stuff to be done. We are celebrating solidarity, so that's the theme. And I look forward to more and more people from across communities to come and be part of the festival.
Superb. I'm sure everyone who loves cinema, everyone who loves art would definitely not want to miss DARPAN 2014. I'm definitely going for it. So I'm so looking forward to DARPAN 2014, Shreya.
Thank you so much, Imani.
Thank you so much for talking to Let's Think Aloud, and all the very best. Maybe see a lot more reflections from your end.
Thanks so much.